What is up, everybody? Intel 2006 here. I'm sorry I'm not able to record myself on video, but I'm having issues with my camera at this point in time, the video camera specifically. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to audio record and just provide some snapshots if at all possible. I wanted to let you all know that F1 2018 will be coming out in less than 2 months from now on August 24th, and I gotta tell you something absolutely really exciting because there's a lot of new features coming in with this game, and it is really something to look forward to. Let's go ahead and get started right now. First of all, the Halo. It's going to be there, and there's no way around it. Now, I know some of you argue against it because it takes away from the car, and you know, you're entitled to your opinion about it. Now, for me, I understand why the Halo is in, because after the unexpected deaths of Henry Surtees and Justin Wilson in their own racing genres, for those of you who do not know what happened, sadly, something came loose from one of the cars just ahead of them, bounced off the track, and then it bounced off their heads, and it caused fatal injuries. And sad enough to say, that's exactly what happened, because, you know, when you're in open cockpit, there is that level of danger right there. So the FIA is doing what they can to try and improve the safety, and according to the reports, it is about to 12 to 17% increase of safety with the Halo. So, but even though it's going to be there, sad enough for those who don't like the Halo, but hey, it is what it is. But there actually is going to be an option for those who don't like the Halo. Specifically, what you can do when you're in cockpit cam, you can actually remove the central bar optionally when you're in cockpit cam, and then you can go ahead and race with the full view, so that way you don't have to worry about that central bar. The thing is, it's only in cockpit cam, because when you're in T-cam or anything other than just the cockpit cam, the central bar is going to be there. There's no way you can remove that, so it is what it is. But hey, that actually is kind of part of a no Halo option, so it's not all too bad. So we'll see how that turns out. Next is the weather. There's going to be some changes with the weather settings in the game itself. There's going to be a hazy smog right just ahead of the drivers there in the humid conditions, and you know, it's not going to affect the race, of course, but you know, when you're off in the distance and you can see the haze and the brightness up ahead, that actually is part of the pollution. So, and of course, that's a good thing because it's nature and it's, of course, off in the distance. So that's basically what it's all about right there. So there is going to be that slight bright haze just ahead off in the distance, and then in rain, it's going to be much darker. I mean, there's still going to be some visuals, but I think that Codemasters was inspired from the F1 2016 Brazilian Grand Prix. Remember how much of a washout that was? There were so many red flags, and there was a lot of safety cars and everything else. There was a lot of crashes, and, you know, the only exception was Max Verstappen. I have to tell you something. Max Verstappen really aced that one in the rain. Really good props to him for that. That was absolutely amazing. But I think Codemasters was inspired by the rain from the Brazilian Grand Prix of 2016. And I got to tell you something. It is looking absolutely amazing. So we'll see how it turns out upon the game release. Next is going to be the speedometer. That's right. And I almost said odometer, but it is really a speedometer. But I'm going to tell you that there's some slight changes to the speedometer as it is. Because now, the DRS orange bar that you used to see at the bottom of the speedometer, it is actually moved up to the right side of the speedometer. So when you're getting close to DRS in free practice, qualifying, or the race, whenever it's not raining, then the distance will be crawling up the right rim of the speedometer, and it'll let you know when you can use it. Really cool, to say the least. Now, of course, the central part of the speedometer will have some additional information like the fuel and the battery and everything else like that. Now, Codemasters has actually released that battery power actually is going to be more of a critical factor in this game, and I'm going to tell you something. That's going to provide a challenge, so be ready for that, everybody. It's definitely going to be something. Now, let's take a look at this. Here's the map, and I'm going to say this. Whenever you see a map with the symbols on it, it always used to have round symbols around the around where the car's location was. Now it's changed to triangles. This will actually show you which direction the car is facing. So if the car is actually facing in the wrong direction on the track, it's going to show you exactly where, so you can be prepared to try and avoid it when at all possible. And of course, if it's off the track, it'll show you where it's pointing and whatnot. So I like that change. Now, of course, the track is still going to be yellow in the yellow flag zones, as well as when the virtual safety car and the safety car is deployed. And of course, when the track is clear, you'll get that green flag and whatnot. And also, speaking of that graphic, the flag graphic, it is going to be pretty much the same as it was in F1 2017, but this time they're incorporating the symbols that the FIA is using in the 2018 season. And I have to tell you something, this season has proven a lot of amazing challenges, and it's bringing us a lot of excitement because Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton are seesawing back and forth this point in the season, and we're just about almost at the halfway point now. it's going to be really something as this season starts to come to a close. But let's see how it all turns out. All right, so getting back on track here, there's also going to be the R&D tree. Now, it'll be the same R&D tree from F1 2017. That's what I'm told, but it's now going to be blurred out in most of the areas that are actually not available to you. So that way, when you're ready for updates and upgrades to your car, you can go ahead and order them, and then you'll know about what's coming up and everything. Of course, as from F1 2017, sometimes updates are going to fail. You're not going to get the upgrades right away, and so on and so forth. So that part is still going to be in there, but this time it's going to be a little bit more surprising with the R&D tree. So that's actually pretty good. Next up, this is actually going to be pretty interesting. They're introducing a brand new character named Claire, who's actually going to be a reporter. Now, if you remember from F1 2011 on the Xbox 360 and any previous versions of game systems that F1 2011 could be played on, David Croft of Sky Sports F1 was the person to interview you. Now, this was when you started your career, and sometimes he would come up to you during midpoints of your career, ask you how you were doing and everything like that. This time, Claire is coming in as her own reporter. She's not affiliated with anybody. What she's going to be doing is just going to be asking you questions based on your career and your performance. And you have to take note of this. The way you answer your questions that she asked you, that is actually going to determine showmanship and sportsmanship. Basically what that is, this is really interesting to say the least, because, you know, it's pretty good to be a good sport about things, but sometimes you want to be your own person. You want to try and say, hey, I'm the greatest racer there ever was and there ever will be. Now, of course, what the heck is that going to do when you're just in there? But here's the thing of it. The way you answer your questions will actually depend on your reputation for showmanship and sportsmanship, like within the team and how the public portrays you and everything else like that. So that's actually going to be really interesting to say the least. So think carefully of how you're going to answer Claire's questions when she asks you. So there's also one other thing. Emma Jenkins, who was the agent in F1 2016 and 2017, she's back, ladies and gentlemen. She's coming back for F1 2018. So there's a good thing. The question is, will Chris from R&D and will engineer Jeff come back? Now, of course, we have to have the engineer. So will it be Jeff? And will Chris from R&D come back? There's only one way to find out. We'll have to see when F1 2018 is released or when we get more updates as time goes by. But based on what I have read and what I have opinionated myself on, the fact of the matter is this game actually looks like it's really stepping its game up. And, you know, now that you have to try and take care of your battery, now that you have to determine how sportsmanlike and showmanlike you're going to be and how you're going to answer questions from Claire and also the graphics in the game, I've got to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. This absolutely looks amazing. I'm really looking forward to it, but of course we have to wait almost 2 more months. August 24th is when the video game is going to be released on Xbox One and the PlayStation and PC as well. But I got to tell you something, it is really something to look forward to. And if there's going to be more updates, I'll be sure to let you all know. But I got to tell you something, from what I have seen thus far, from the trailers that have been shared by Arava and Tiamat Marduk, I have to say this. This is really something to say the least. I think this is actually going to give us a bit more feel to how a Formula One driver really does in his career. So I'm really looking forward to it. So I'll try and stay updated as much as I possibly can. But here's the thing of it, ladies and gentlemen. There's still going to be more updates. We'll have to see how they turn out when things come around, of course. But I certainly hope that you guys are doing well, and I thank you very much for watching. If you like these updates, and if you still have a suggestion on some things, be sure to click the like button and also leave a comment. I certainly hope you guys are doing well. Take care of yourselves. Have a great day. See y'all soon. Hey everybody, before I end this video, there is something I did just find out, and that is actually why this video has been edited just a little bit. I actually found this out in between when I made that recording and just now. Chris, the R&D specialist from F1 2016 and 2017, he is not going to be in F1 2018. I do not know if he was unavailable to record his parts or anything like that, but here's the thing. The new R&D specialist, by the looks of it, is this person right here. His name is Carl, and he's going to be your R&D specialist for those who purchase F1 2018 and will be in the career mode. I'm going to say this is a pretty interesting twist because, like I said, even though Emma Jenkins is coming back with the addition of Claire and everything else, it looks like Carl is going to be a really nice additional personality to this. So let's see what happens when F1 2018 comes around in almost a month from now. Hope you guys are doing well. See y'all soon. Bye.